Okay. Hi guys, it's Angela. I am in my home studio today and we are doing a really fun project. It's a unicorn Patronus. It's a Harry Potter themed collaboration with my friend Cinnamon Cooney and Leanne LaFleur from Studio Silver Creek. So be sure to check out their videos after I do this one. If you are not into unicorns, you could do a horse. Or if you have a different Patronus animal, like mine, I think I did my tested for what my Patronus was online, and mine is a dolphin. So you could do dolphin, you could do stag, any kind of outline animal, and I will show you how to do it step by step. We're going to use just one brush today. I did the whole painting with my 1/4 inch flat. You could also use an angle brush. I've got a 3/8 inch angle and I'll show you how to use that as well. Of course, you'll want to paint your background black. I started out with my canvas painted black. You could use a black gesso canvas. I would suggest going ahead and giving it a coat of black paint because paint will react differently. It'll be a little bit smoother since we're trying to do these long flowy lines. I think black paint would probably give you better results. So let's get started. I've prepped my canvas here and I've gone ahead and pre-sketched it a little bit. Oh, I forgot to show you this. Well, before I get out the paints here, my son brought this back. He went to Universal this week and he got himself a Professor Snape wand. Oh, and he warned me not to get paint on it. So I have to show it to you now before I paint. And apparently there's all these parts at the park there in Orlando where you go to these different places and then you do the motion with the wand wherever you're at and it does something interactive for you. So anyhow, pretty cool. So we have an official Harry Potter wand here for today's show. Should give us good luck. I have my husband Mark here with me today.
Hey everybody.
He is taking questions for you. So if you've got any questions while I'm doing this, you can post those in chat. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can interact with us in chat. And we will get started on this. Also give it a thumbs up, please, because that actually helps me get suggested beside other painting videos. So if you enjoy this today, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment after the show. I've gone ahead and used a egg carton today because I'm using some flowy paints and the egg carton just kind of helps keep them from interacting and mingling too much on my palette. So I've got white, phthalo blue, and black. Those are my main colors. And then I've got some glazing medium to kind of help thin them out. And these are the fluid acrylic golden colors. If you don't have these, you could use craft paints. Those are a little bit thinner, and or you could just use your heavy body acrylics. I actually did my this one with heavy body acrylics and just thinned it down with the glazing medium. So either one works great. I just decided to go ahead and use the flowier paints today. Thought might help us on the bigger canvas. I also put out some interference paints, and that was, I can't remember, I think maybe Kelly in my Thankful Art group when I posted this picture, she suggested using the iridescent mediums. So I went ahead and grabbed some iridescent, this is actually glitter paint, Glamour Dust glitter paint, and I've got some iridescent pearl heavy body kind of stuck to the side there. And then this one is an interference deco art paint color. It's turquoise. Interference paints kind of change color depending on the light source, so they're kind of fun. And then this interference blue, so you can kind of see how it sort of looks gold in one light and then it looks blue if you turn it in another light. So I'm going to use those on top. So let's get started here. I've gone ahead and pre-sketched my horse, but I'll talk about how to draw it while I outline him. And so for any animal that you use, if you've got a traceable or you've got a photograph, you just take the photograph, say this is my photograph, set your tracing paper over the top, outline your main features, just the outline of it, your eyes, and maybe a few direction marks to kind of help you with your painting. And then you just take it and use some transfer paper. In this case, I would use white since we're doing it on a black background. You could do it on any color background, really. As long as you use contrasting colors. You could do it pink, or I don't know if you're doing it for a little girl's room, you could do it like a dark rosy pink and then do the lighter colors on top. So you just set your transfer paper down and you outline it. You go over the top of it with a pencil or a stylus like this to mark it, and it will leave lines on your canvas for you. Really easy. So you can use any picture off of anything on the internet. You definitely do not need to know how to draw. That's a totally different discipline in of itself. So drawing is not necessary to know how to paint. All right, let's get going here. I'm a little bit nervous. This is like the scary part whenever you first like put the paint down, especially on a black canvas. You're like, whoa. Actually, I think I'm going to use a little bit of the heavy body acrylics because it'll give me a little bit more control, and I'll add a little tiny bit of glazing medium to it. Not using a whole lot of paint. And I'm pressing my brush to a point, so I can get a good line on it. And I'm just going to kind of gently outline it. I'm not going to really do the main part because that part I want it to be kind of flowy. I just did kind of a line, very faint line there to sort of give me my center marks, but I'm going to be pulling my hair from around it. I'm not going to be doing a line down the back. So let's start with the ears. And I'm just going to use the edge of my brush to sort of outline all of his main features. The top two ears, kind of, if you do like a little arch shape here, then you can kind of fit those ears in that spot, if that makes sense. The main part of the horse's head is going to be right here, so that you could draw a big old circle if you wanted to, if you're drawing this from scratch. I'll go ahead and do a little bit of line here, but so imagine like a big old circle right here. So at this end of the circle, there's going to be a little notch where the eye sticks out. And then there's another smaller circle down here at the bottom of his muzzle. And you're just going to connect that dot right down like that. It's really hard to see on this black. I probably should have done this on paper. Oh well. There's a little notch for his nose, just like we did for the eye. And then here's the bottom of that circle that comes up around and sort of does the lip. Then the bottom of the mouth has got this angular thing going. It's almost like a little box, like that. Then this kind of does a cone shape here. So we're going to be joining up here, but there's like this cheekbone that kind of comes down around the backside. So if you kind of do a diagonal from the ear here, that's where you're going to start your cheekbone line. And just do a curved line right there. I am using my flowy paints and they're working good. And I'm doing the outline of it in the thicker paints, or the more solid paints. I'm not using a lot of the glazing medium because I kind of want this to be my main focal feature so it doesn't get lost amongst all the other colors. So the nose, and here you could switch to a smaller brush. Like if you're having trouble controlling this big brush in these tighter areas, you could switch to like a number 4 round or something like that to do some of these more detailed little things. But I'm just going to use my brush to do a couple little indications for the nose. The eye is right across from this notch. So if you kind of just do like a diagonal line there, this point and this point should meet up. And the same thing with the nose. The top of this nose should be kind of a diagonal from this one. So you do like an upside down V shape Then a little circle for the eye, have like a semicircle there, and then just a little dash. That's all we're doing for the eye. We're not like getting into any major detail. For the unicorn horn, is this a horn? No, it's not an antler. I don't know. Somebody probably knows out there. I guess since it's a mythical beast, it could be whatever we want to call it, right?
Exactly. I don't know what it is on rhinos and stuff like that. And
I think it's called a horn.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing a little bit fainter line for the unicorn horn there. Unicorn horn, that rhymes. And do a little just kind of semicircle there for where it attaches to the head. We're almost done with the features. Then the neck is going to be kind of a line curved down this way. So it starts about kind of even with the eye maybe. Maybe just below the eye, you start that curve for the neck. And then part of the front leg muscle kind of comes this way and cuts that off. Okay, we're going to put a lot of hair and flowy stuff over the top of this, so don't get too detailed there. In fact, I might not even want that there. Nice thing about this is, you know, having this solid background is if we do something here that we don't like, we can always just go back over it with the black. Makes it real easy. So now that I've got that on there, I'm going to start to add some more glazing medium. This is going to go really fast, so I'm kind of drawing it out a little bit because it was super fast. Like I think I did the example painting in like 15 minutes, seriously. So really fast. So I didn't think that that would make for a very good video. So kind of like trying to draw out the time here. I'm going to, let's take some chalk and I will draw out my main parts here. So I'm going to do some bangs coming down, wisping around the horn. I'm just using regular school chalk. The hair is going to come from between the ears here. So make sure that you kind of have them all sort of coming down long like that. Then I did some long kind of curvy ones. Did these long S shapes to sort of emphasize the horn there. Some long ones up this way. Maybe part of the mane is coming off here and we're seeing a little bit of it because this is probably not all bangs. And then down here, we're going to have, let's just kind of use that line as our focal point here. These are our like wispy Patronus thingy-ma-bobs. What is that? I don't know. Is it ghosty lines? It's not really a ghost. It's like spirit. There we go. We've got our spirit things going on. Flowy. There's some lines here. There's some sort of like neck creases right here that happen. And then there's another section of color that kind of happens there. There's the eye. There's some shading along here that we're going to want to do. And then for this part of the mane, I really want to, we'll start right here. And I want to do some long kind of flowy things so that it looks like there's some intentional things happening. So we'll do like little sections of mane that sort of interact with one another, if that makes sense. What are you doing, honey? Mark's crawling. Oh, he's showing me my unicorn. We voted on Xenia here. We voted on her name. She's maybe, I don't know, she's got a tramp stamp, so we're not sure what that means. But
well, the question came in about it, so I figured I'd get it down for you
nice.
since it was out of reach.
Yes, thank you. Yep, her name ended up being Xenia, which means creative in unicorn speak. So there was an online website dedicated to unicorn names, and so we picked her name off of that. I need to turn this way. All right, so let's do a few kind of crazy ones coming down this way long, and then I think that's all we need. We'll just go ahead and kind of play with it and see what happens. But now we're just going to start to really use a little bit more of the glazing medium, make sure that our colors are muted, see-through-y, sort of ghosty. These are all words, by the way, real words. See-through-y, ghosty.
Those are adjectives?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't do very well in English, so adjective, adverb,
right,
whatever.
Right. I'm going to start to add a little bit of detail to, we'll put some lines in the horn here, add a little bit more solidity to this blue. This is phthalo blue and white mixed together. There we go. Very light touches. Maybe a little bit more white. A little bit of glazing medium. There we go. You could do this dry brushing, though. You can, if you don't have glazing medium, you could totally do this kind of technique and just use very little paint on your brush and light pressure so that you get kind of this wispy look. It's very similar. So don't think that you have to go out and buy glazing medium if you don't have it. That's totally another option. I'm going to start adding in a little bit of my iridescent colors here. See what happens with those. Ooh. Do some lines like that. Seems like so quiet in here today. You're being very quiet today, hon.
Well, there's no questions coming through.
Well, good. Well, that means maybe we're explaining it okay.
Yeah. Everybody's enjoying it. Everybody's
Good.
loving the thing. I think some people have gone out and taken the test. I think
Good.
there was one dolphin I saw, and I'm trying to
Nice.
scroll back and see what some of the other ones were here.
I liked the dolphin. I like dolphins. It said we were friendly and smart and funny. So I don't know how funny I am, but I'll take the rest.
Well, if you need a break, you can do the stick man. We've had suggestions, either a wand.
Oh, okay. So I got it too thick there. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Got it too thick there. So I just wiped off my paint on my towel here. And I'm going to just go back over it and kind of wisp it out a little bit while it's wet. You couldn't do this when it was dry, but it'll work if you kind of do it immediately when it happens. So a wand or what?
Or a horn.
Or a horn. I kind of thought about the horn. I think I'm going to, go with the horn. I think he needs a horn. Although, because he doesn't have room in his hand for a wand. I don't know where he put it.
Pretty overwhelmed there.
Pretty full. Yeah, I'm going to do some lines down this way too. Okay, don't want to mess with the glazing medium. You can see what's happening here. So I went back over it when it was drying and it's picking up. So don't mess with it while it's drying, and it will take a little bit longer for the glazing mediums to dry. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to grab some white, do some more details on the top part of the horn. I'm just doing the light kind of at the top and the blue at the bottom because that'll naturally give it a little shadow feeling. We'll add a few of our white wispies. Let's switch my brush now to see what happens when I use I'll use the angle brush first because most people probably have angle brushes. But I also want to show you I'm just switching between the blues, the light blue and the white right now. So I'm not explaining all of it yet, but yeah, that works well. Now with this, you're definitely going to have to turn your hand. Let's see what happens if I don't turn my hand. I'll do it in a lighter blue here. So I could hold my brush and not turn my hand, but kind of do like that, and it'll give me thicker and thinner areas too. So that's kind of cool also. Let's do one long one right there. My shadow is making it hard to see, or my shiny spot there. Yeah, I like that. I like that it's kind of changing the thickness. And honestly, I did this very fast. I just kind of had fun with it and sort of, I think that the faster that you do these, the better they look. So I wouldn't try to really carefully go over your lines and make sure that you cover all of your chalk. The chalk's just there to kind of help give you sort of an indication of where you might want your hair to flow. But while you're doing it, just kind of go with it. Let the canvas sort of do its thing and develop on its own. You can always go back and erase your chalk lines. That's why I like to use chalk, because it, we've got a big one there, because it does erase really easily and it won't affect the paint underneath at all. So now I'm just kind of filling in little sections there. You know, got little blank spots. I don't want to get it too solid. I want to leave a little bit of space in between my colors. Like literally we're almost done. I swear, it's such a fast painting. It's super fun though. I probably should have done another animal just to have time for something else. Like literally 20 minutes in and we're done now. We're not done yet. We'll add a few more little features, but.
Well, some other people have taken the test, and so we've got a stag,
Nice.
a sphinx cat,
Ooh.
bantha, couple
What's
dolphins.
a bantha?
I have no idea. Dolphins, a husky, a badger.
Nice. Oh, honey badger. Yeah.
Honey badger.
Don't mess with honey badger. What was that saying?
We won't repeat it.
Yeah, that's
on
right.
This show.
Yeah, that's right. It's a kid's show. I'm liking this bigger brush, giving me some wider lines here. It's definitely doing some interesting things. And I also wanted to show you another brush, and this is a brush that I use in a lot of my nest paintings, which I've done probably 200 of. I don't know. I'm not kidding. I think the last time I counted, I had done 150, and I did some more after that, so there's no telling. I was in a nest phase for a while there. But it's like an angle brush, only it's got longer bristles. So, and it's tapered at the end. It's not got a sharp end here. This point is sharp, but this end kind of comes down and rounds out like a filbert. And they're called dagger stripers or daggers. And they hold a ton of paint. So that's why I used them for the nest paintings, because you could just do these long lines with them and you didn't have to stop and reload your brush. So let's see what it does on this. I think we could get some really cool long lines with this brush. And I think I want to do white. You do want to thin down your paint a little bit when you use it, because it just works better. So. And it's kind of like the angle brush where when you change direction with it, you can get some wider areas and thinner areas. So they're really cool brushes. It takes some getting used to because they can kind of do some weird fugly shapes if you aren't careful with it. But, you know, like with this kind of painting though, we can, you know, if you get something that looks really weird, you can always just go back over it with a little bit of black or with another color and sort of camouflage it. So I'm not going to use it too much more because I'm kind of running out of space. I don't need these long lines, and it does kind of break up at the end sometimes. So you'll get some interesting tips at the end. It kind of breaks up and does these kind of wispy things. So it does work good for the hair though. That was looking pretty nice. I'm going to switch back to my 1/4 inch flat. If you don't have a flat, you could use a bright. I just like the flats for line work because they hold more paint, so you don't have to reload as often, but you can use a bright is just a little bit shorter bristles than the flat. Oh, we forgot to give him his bangs. Let's do that. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I mean, honestly, this could be done in any color you wanted. So you could do pinks, you could put purples. It would be awesome.
Can you put glasses on him
We could put glasses on him.
to be with the bear and the fox?
He could have a glasses. Yeah, he could have glasses.
That's okay. You don't have to do it.
I'm not going to do it. No, but
Just throwing out some fun ideas out there.
just being helpful.
As always,
Ish.
giving out the great artist tips that I do. That's why
You're
people
awesome.
watch, right? To get
Right.
my secret tips.
Okay, so if you do also, here, I see how I ignored that. Just kept on going.
In real life also, you do that.
True, I do. You can wipe it off if you catch it in time, which I didn't, so that's all right. All right, let's see here. So now I'm just going to go through here and kind of fill in some areas and maybe brighten up some of these spots with some brighter white. Start adding some glitter. Let's grab some of this glitter paint, see what it does. It's already kind of translucent, so you don't really have to add any medium to it. It's already got some of that going on. Let's grab the pearl white. This is the iridescent pearl color. And I know that it's pretty, yeah, it's dark, but it's got some, shimmer. So I don't know if you can see that yet. A little bit, you can kind of see the shimmer. I'm just going to go over some of my colors here.
I guess you could also use glow-in-the-dark paints too.
Oh,
Somebody
you sure
suggested,
could.
So
Yeah, that'd be beautiful. Yeah, this would be cool in black light. Really cool. Since you've already got the black background. Good idea. So I'm going to add just a little bit of, not that much, a little bit of it to the facial features here. Maybe a little bit filled in the nose, a little bit around the mouth there. And so this is kind of where if you have another animal that you're doing, you could, you know, just outline it and then look for the main features on it. Like look for the muscle tone and any kind of dark areas, shaded areas that you might have, and then just add a little bit of these colors into some of those areas to, really this is kind of straight, it's not. Just kind of define just a slightly, you don't have to do a whole lot, you know, just a few little lines is all it needs. I can hear you laughing over there.
Well, Steffi Cakes suggested that you have plenty of time to do a Stickman Patronus.
Oh, that would actually be pretty fun, wouldn't
Full
it?
up.
Full up Stickman
Maybe.
Patronus. Okay, we may have to do that. Good idea. I'm going to put a little bit of blue on the ears. Don't want the ears to get disappear into. Reminds me of that article. Oh, I had an article that was written about me this week for a website, and I think that the guy, I don't think that his main language was English, because even when we were doing the interview, you know, some of the phrasing and things were a little bit off. And he paraphrased a lot of what I said in the article, which was really sweet, and he was really, really great guy. I was not like complaining at all, but some of the phrasing was kind of cracking me up because he said, I quitted arts, which I'm pretty sure I never have used the word quitted in my entire life, but maybe, I don't know. Is that even a grammatical correct word? I don't.
Oh, I'm sure you used it back when you were younger.
Maybe.
Maybe 4 or 5.
Right.
I still use it, I'm sure.
Mark used to say cleavage. He's like, what is that? I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Thank you. We'll just stop right there. Don't make me blush.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Why were you using that word, honey?
I'm not saying. I'm turning my mic off. About to turn yours off too.
Oh, speaking of turning things off, not that I was turning him off, but one of our children, and I think we've narrowed it down to which one it was, helped, and I'm putting air quotes, helped me by doing my laundry that, granted, was sitting in the laundry room, so in the basket all week, we're ready to be done. But really not sure why, unless I had a total senior moment and forgot that I did this, like blacked out. Not that I drink or anything, but it could have happened, I guess. I don't know. Did my laundry on the high hot setting. I had just done pillows and towels, or not pillows, blankets and towels. And yeah, so all of my clothes and Mark's got washed on the highest heat setting possible. So I'm pretty sure that all of my cotton anything is ruined. I was saying some choice words this morning. Mark was trying to help bring me down. He was bringing me down before I ran and murdered somebody.
They were being helpful without being asked, is which we try to teach them all their lives.
Right. Why my laundry? Why? Why? That's, I don't know. So, God help him. I still haven't talked to anybody. Well, I talked to my youngest and it wasn't him, so. Yeah. Okay, I'm liking it. I like the mane. It's looking really flowy and pretty. So let's add some of this iridescent. I'm going to clean my brush out. The interference paints don't like to be mixed with other colors. They really don't work. they work on top of other colors, but they lose their iridescence if you mix them in with other colors. Now there is something called iridescent medium, and I put a link to that in the description of this video, and you can add it to your colors and make them iridescent apparently. So I don't have any of it, which I'm totally going to go out and get some. I'll see how pretty that is. That it's kind of making it purple. This blue iridescent or interference paint kind of does this purpley thing in some lights. So it looks really cool against that greenish blue. I'm just going to add it in and around and over the top of it. It really shows up against black pretty well on its own there.
We got people in the chat trying to cast spells to make Stickman come forth.
Uh-oh. Okay. Is it time?
Well, I told him that when you were probably finished with this.
Yeah, I'll grab Stickman. We can let this set for a second. Here he is in all his glory.
We have some new people in chat who are wondering what this whole Stickman thing is all about.
Stickman is one of my finest works, I think.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah. He gets additions every video, so depending on what we painted. So we started out, I think, with the face being purple. And I really don't know why I did the face purple, but I added some leaves to his head too to show how to do leaves. And then the next video we added the flag, and then we added the scarf when we went to Paris, did the Eiffel Tower. He got a foxtail when we did the fox. He got the glasses when we did the bear with glasses. He got a bow last week for the wreath, I guess. So on Tuesday night he got a bow. We got a poppy and Monet's water lilies down here. Got all kinds of stuff going on with him. So he needs what does he need, a horn?
Yeah, I think we decided on a horn there.
Like right here on his head? I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm trying to think of how to do it. Since he's looking straight at us, the horn would like be just a little circle with the...
It doesn't have to be
okay,
true to life.
Okay, I'm going to do it like that. Oops. Can you see it? We'll have to do it white. He's got a horn. Oh my gosh. So bad. All right.
It can't be too soon before I create another one.
I know. It really, we're running out of room. And he still doesn't have pants. That's the sad thing.
I don't think stickmen have pants.
They can have pants. The stick girls have dresses.
Well, true. But they're a little more modest, I think.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we are just about done with this. Let's see. You don't want to overload it, you know. There is such a thing as too much with the, you know, too much of a good thing here. I don't want... So now I'm going to go back through and just add a few like really bright whites to a couple spots just to kind of really define it. And I'm using kind of a dry brush here for this. Oh. Do some wisps. I don't know if I like that. It's coming off his ear. Looks weird. See if I can get that off there. Okay. All right, so once this is dry, you're going to want to I think it's fairly dry here. I'm just going to kind of gently try to get some of these chalk lines off so I can see where I might still want to put a few lines. Do be sure that your paint is dry underneath here, but this is drying fairly quickly, so I think we're good. Just try to stay away from anywhere you've just put fresh paint down. There we go. I just have a damp cloth here, or paper towel here. Good. He's so pretty. Maybe it's a girl. It's probably Xenia. Maybe this is someone she's related to. Okay, I'm going to put some purple in the horn. And do a little bit of iridescent. Go over some of these white areas with some iridescent color with our glitter paint. I'm going to grab the turquoise interference paints, and this is a really pretty color, and it looks really nice to get over the top of the phthalo blue sections. So it doesn't show up as well as the heavy body. It's a bit thinner, so you might want to keep that in mind and do it over the top of your other colors. But super simple. Like, you could totally do this with kids. I think that they would really get into it. If I was still doing my kids class, we would definitely be doing this one. And I would probably, if I was doing this with kids, what I would probably do is cut a template with paper, like a heavy paper, and then let them trace out their horse. Sometimes I would have them draw it on paper and then cut it out, and then they could trace it onto their design. But if I was trying to save time, I would just go ahead and have the templates already made out, or you could even transfer them onto the canvas and have them ready to go so that they could just sit down and start painting, however you wanted to do it. But this would be super fun with kids. All right, I don't know. I kind of like him. What do you think, honey? Does he need anything else? You can kind of see the shimmer happening if you turn it in the right light. Oh, that's a good shot there. You can see that purpley blue color coming out in the mane. He's so fun. Let's go ahead and do some little, I think I'm going to use this iridescent paint. Just use the glitter. Oh, that's a terrible noise, isn't it? Sorry folks. And I've got, sorry, really bad. Is everybody like holding their ears, bleeding?
We'll see in a minute as the video catches up.
And I'm just going to flick a few like little, maybe like stars happening. And I like to hold mine in my fist. I know Cinnamon was doing it earlier, and she like used her other hand and did it like this. But I really kind of like the one-fisted approach. I hold it with the bristles facing my thumb, and then turn it upside down, pointing where I want the spray to go. And it kind of gives me a little bit more control. So he's kind of like he's sort of a star coming out of the stars. I really do like that. All right, we're done. Under an hour. That was only 45 minutes. That's crazy.
Pretty good.
I can't believe we got him done that quickly. We should have done another animal. Oh well. So thank you all for stopping by today, and be sure to check out the other videos that Cinnamon and Leanne did today. Cinnamon is the Art Sherpa, And Leanne is from Studio Silver Creek, and their links are down in the description of this video and also in the little eye with the circle that's up in the upper corner. Some people don't know what the eye cards are. It's the little eye dot with the circle around it. That's up in the upper corner. If you click on that, the link to the other videos should pop down. So, and I do these videos every Saturday at 2 p.m. Central. Now, of course, we're in 2016, so if we're watching in 2020, it may not be.
And time changes for us tonight, so
Oh,
we'll
that's right.
make sure that we got the right times for next Tuesday and
That's
Saturday.
true. Yes, Tuesday nights we're doing it at 6 p.m. Central, and Saturdays we are on at 2. And usually our videos are a lot longer. This is the first one that I've done in under an hour in probably a year, I think, all year. So anyhow, but I really, really appreciate you all stopping by and watching today. And thank you. We will see you on Tuesday night. I'll show you what we're going to be doing on Tuesday night. Should be really fun. Just painted that last night, actually. It's some antlers with some flowers, kind of a boho inspired type of theme. And with the kind of a faux wood, it's sort of, I don't know, natural. I just kind of scraped, and there's like I don't know if that's a wolf or a fox that kind of peeked up in here, totally unintentional, but he's got like the eye and the smile. Look at that. Not funny. I just scraped the paint and he came out. So, and I didn't even notice it until I was finished with the whole thing.
So it's another Patronus.
It's another Patronus. Yeah.
Yeah.
He showed up. It's the ghost of the... So anyhow, thanks guys so much, and we will see you next time.